Today we're going to be making funky line designs. The objective for today's lesson is for you to be able to describe and use a variety of different lines in order to create an original line design. When you're making your line design, you'll want to think about your color choices. Some artists love to use colors that are neighbors on the color wheel. Others like to use colors that are opposite or across on the color wheel. When those colors are very different, it adds contrast to your project. Every artist is different, so you pick the colors that are exciting or interesting to you. Select your colors now so that you're ready to start. Pick about 5 different colors total. When we start, we're going to be picking one color to draw some basic lines to begin. When we watched the line video, we saw examples of all different kinds of lines. One of those lines was a vertical line. A vertical line goes up and down. Start by drawing a vertical line on your paper with any color. Make sure it goes all the way from the top of your paper all the way down to the bottom. Next, we're going to be drawing a horizontal line. A horizontal line goes side to side across your paper. You can use the same color or a different color. It can intersect your vertical line anywhere. You'll notice we're starting to make some shapes. What shapes do you see so far? Our last line we'll draw is a diagonal line. A diagonal line goes corner to corner across, and it will intersect with one of your lines. Now we're going to get creative and use some different lines that we can describe in different ways. You can use straight lines, hill lines, dotted lines, zigzags, dashes, clouds, or castle lines. But make sure that the line that you use touches one side of your paper and connects to another side of your paper. By the end of this, you'll want to include about 6 to 8 different lines. If you do too many, your design might get crowded. Every time you draw another line, you're creating different shapes. These shapes we'll be coloring in a little bit later. All of those shapes might not look like shapes you see in math class, but we're definitely creating closed shapes that we'll be able to color later. Once you feel happy with the different lines that you've added, start filling in the space or the shapes that you created between the different lines. If you use just a few different colors, try to be intentional and plan where you color a shape blue, green, or whatever color you're choosing. Make sure that every shape that you fill in is different from the shape next to it. This will give your line design some variety, so that will keep it interesting for somebody to look at for a long time. Now is when you can start to color at your own pace. Your design will not look like my design, and your design will not look like your classmates' designs. That's one of the things that makes art so interesting. So don't feel like your line has to look, or your line design has to look any specific way. Be creative and think about how you can choose lines that are meaningful to you and colors that are meaningful to you. By the time you finish, your whole paper should be filled in with the colors that you choose. Take your time coloring. Using your materials to get the best result is called good craftsmanship. Take your time, and it's okay if you don't finish this during our art time together. You can always finish it later while listening to music or doing something to relax. If you have any questions, you can always put those in the chat box. And if you would like to watch this video again, it will be posted in Google Classroom, so you can always go back. If you're feeling rushed while we do this together, just take a deep breath, wiggle out your hands, wiggle out your body, and come back to it when you feel ready. You'll always have extra time to work on your art projects on Friday afternoons. Now I'm going to go a little bit faster to finish filling in my line design, and then we'll have some time to work independently on your own line designs. Remember, I'm here if you have any questions, and there's no wrong way to do this project. Lines are a great way for us to get started in designing our own compositions. Composition just means the way that we put things on the page, the way that the different elements like line, shape, and color come together.